give you the space, I can send you the parts, whatever you need. But those parts shouldn't be Arduino or like Raspberry Pi and all that. Like it doesn't.
They're all integrated. This is an integrated.
Okay.
This is an integration. So,
sure, go ahead.
well, there's a Microsoft Connect for mapping and all. We have an Arduino board for servo control and all. But these parts are independently. They might be different in this robot because this is a robotic system. It is an integration of a lot of things. For different functionalities, we have different stuff. We have for user input, we have different stuff.
Again, I didn't get my answer. What you gonna need the money for?
Well, essentially for the things you're providing. So if you provide us with those things, we definitely would not be wanting that much money. We would probably be wanting maybe, well, far less than that, to be honest.
The cost of the robot
Is that money is for the whole year, or?
It's for the whole year.
1 year prototype.
So you need $25,000 for the whole year.
For a whole year, and we'll at the end of the year you would have two working prototypes. One of the basic model, which is basically targeted at universities, where the students can work with the individual components or work with them as a combined setup. And the other would be the prototype for the prime version that can be used for marketing, that can be used for security, that can be used
that
for...
we understand. That's
yeah?
fine. Sorry.
So we're going to be building up two prototypes at the end of this year from that money, basically.
So question, $2,000 is the price I think that you're putting on the robot, or
on the
how
robot,
much?
yes.
On the robot.
$2,000, right?
That
Okay.
encompasses the parts.
So, and $25,000, which one of this functionality will the robot be able to do? Because
so what we are doing is, like I said, we want to make an ecosystem out of it. So what we are doing is that once a person comes up to us and says, look, I want to buy this robot, and we'll say, okay, what's your requirement? And we'll build that functionality into the robot for them.
So what's the cost for that?
So that is included, when we're talking about the price of the robot, we're including that cost into the price of the robot.
Okay, basically, see, I really don't know robotics as much, but it's common sense to understand that a telepresence robot, which has a screen mounted on top, you can have a Skype or whatever video conferencing application, remotely control it through the internet to just drive it around, is much simpler than to actually create one that is a home service robot, or one which supports the LED support.
So what we're giving you the price over here is the upper limit price that we're talking here. So if somebody comes up and he says, and they say, look, we need just for telepresence, so the price obviously for them would go down.
They don't need the other extra sensors.
They don't need the other sensors, they don't need the other resources, so the price would go down.
So question, what's the least amount of time and the least amount of money that would actually make the smallest, simplest prototype, instead of the maximum that you're talking about right now?
Okay, yeah, so
the year that we're asking, because we do need to work on this, it's going as a research project turning to a product.
Okay.
That year is for researching, developing, because the robot operating system, the ROS that we're using, and all that, the ecosystem that we're developing, that's going to be some time, and that's the year for.
Have you seen this company, Volvo?
Yeah, they're making a small robot with where you can put your iPod on it and it moves around and follow. That's the one
they have like big robots as well, like not like a robot of my size, but they have a robot which is like.
They mean, so if I may interrupt, that they mean target is telepresence. You get the telepresence robot that are available currently in the market. They're costing very much. Apart from this one,
this one costs like $100.
Yeah, but that's a small. And if you go and read the reviews, the biggest problem their clients are having is the fact that that robot is so small that if it's on the ground, they can't use it for telepresence. And if on the table, they have to sort of adjust in front of that. So we've been through that, and we've seen the problem that Huawei seems to be having, and that's why probably they're making the bigger version. I didn't know they were making the bigger version, so that's probably why they're doing that. So we've gone through a bit of that as well.
Again, our main factor would be the minimum possible telepresence robot available in the market that has at least a 5-foot height or so is $5,000.
Okay, but let's talk about your target market. I mean, who are
it's
the people who are actually going to afford a $2,000 robot?
If the sales of international sales, people are buying robots, companies, as in robot is still as yet a luxury and has a very niche market for, say, very certain people. However,
by the way, I don't agree with that. It's not a luxury.
It's not a luxury. It's being used as a
good
tool anyway. But service robots
is not that refined. The concept of monetization is not clear. And again, the same point that you are not clear about the money, what you're going to need it for. I mean, you have to give me figures. What you're going to need it for? You have to tell me how you're going to spend it and how much equity you are giving me for that. Okay, if I give you that money or those resources, or
See, so the thing is that, to be honest, we have the breakup of the money, and we can show you to you, like, send you an email of that. But the thing was that over here, we didn't want to put that, and here we thought maybe it was just, we can, maybe for other people it might not be that interesting. But I can show you the breakup. We have calculated what we're looking for. So the basic breakup is that, for, like we said, for those two robots, we know exactly the amount of hardware we would need, what type of hardware we would need, what's its cost, where we can get it from. We know all that. So we have calculated based on that this is the amount of money we at least need to build these two systems, right?
Would you be drawing salaries during that time?
And then yes. So on top of that, we've also added that if we're going to be working on it full time, we need to draw some salaries. So we have put in a reasonable figure for that. The thing is,
sorry, you said full time, right? So you'll be quitting your jobs to actually work on it for a year.
Yeah.
It'll still take a year to actually get it done in the simplest way.
So the thing is that again. We're saying year because we don't want to say 6 months or 3 months. It's not going to be possible. There are going to be problems. There are going to be teething issues. So we're giving it on a larger size year. We're hopeful that we can do it. We can do it probably in 6 months time.
See, there you go. So, for example, if you were going to do it in 6 months, would it be fair to say instead of $25,000? You could do it in $12,500. Would that be fair?
The thing is that, like I said, over here we're pitching for assuming that we're going to take a year. So it's not like we're going to take your money and we're not going to like.
I'm just trying to understand. See, because as he's saying, the breakup of it is not there as yet.
Yeah.
So for me, I could do it a layman kind of a thing, and I could say, okay, split the time in half. That means split the cost in half. But if that's the case,
that's not the case. So
that's the question there.
So there is a minimum limit to the amount of work we have to do, R&D work we have to do, and we've calculated it to be 8 months. 8 months minimum.
Okay, let's say everything works out. Okay, everything, whatever questions I have, it was perfect, and you give me all the sheets and everything. How much you are prepared to give me the equity in your company against that figure?
20%.
You didn't think of it? 20%? Wow.
I don't know.
Do you know what does that mean? At what figure you are evaluating your company right now, which is not producing anything?
Well, this is a niche market, but it has a very.
It's a niche market, but you're building on existing components. You're not building it from the scratch, is it?
You can't build it from scratch. You need for 3D mapping. You need some sensor. It's already in the market. There are commercial off-the-shelf parts that you actually acquire it and integrate. The point is about integration.
Did you think of it like about that 20% before, or you just came up?
No, we thought about it and thought.
Okay.
With a limited financial window, let's just say.
So what have you done for validating this idea? Like, do you have a list of customers that are interested in buying this thing, like when the prototype is prepared, or like?
Yeah, we've talked to a couple of people in the elderly support area and sort of in the home service area. I've talked to a university in Lahore, a local university, and they all seem to be very excited about it. And they say, yeah,
you
sure.
have something solid in your hand.
In terms of a contract, in terms
you have like
of
a blueprint or something like that, or
yeah,
we've got prototype.
So no, we unfortunately don't have a prototype, but we have the blueprint. We have the components, all of them, where they're going to go, how they're going to connect, how they're going to communicate. We have the blueprint of and the design. So it's again, like you said, it's a bit rough now, but it'll be fine-tuned. But we have that
like
design.
a sales forecast.
No, to be honest, no, because it's for Pakistan, it's actually very first time somebody's going to pitch this thing. So no, we don't have that sales forecast. Like we said, we estimated if the cost is there, we need to sell around 18 maybe in a year. But I don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not, to be honest, because we don't know how it's going to work.
I personally think you are asking too much money for too less stake in your company. Okay. I don't know about my colleagues.
So what would you offer? Let's say what would you want? What would you want, and what would you offer for that?
The stage you are at is this whole composition doesn't work out. It doesn't fit in. I can help you with all the resources I have as probably just like good of my heart. But in order to get myself into a business deal, I can definitely. But if you are telling me right now that your venture, which is totally based on the R&D, Nothing is there. Even the blueprint is not there that, okay, this circuit actually works with these parts. Yes, you have thought about it, fine, but you haven't proven that yet. So for me, it's a major concern. This is an R&D project. It hasn't got to the stage where you can call it, okay, this is a product, or at least if you don't have a prototype, you have some sort of like blueprint. Okay, this proves if I put into the simulation, that would work. So for me, it's like I mean, I don't think I would be very shaky about investing in at this point in time. So for that reason, I'll be out. Okay. But having said that, my help is there, and maybe like 6 months down the line or 8 years down the line, I'll probably look into it.
This is our main interest, it's passion. So apart from our office job, the design is progressing. We have been working for a year or so, and still going on. So no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my colleagues can comment.
If I were you, I'd take his help and just start off from there without the money. Because, for example, in Karachi, like the IBA has a soccer team, so they have some mini robots that play soccer and all of that. At least that's a proof of concept. That's there. They actually do something. There's a robotics labs there again. Yeah. They help kids create robots out of pre-made either Lego or whatever stuff. But still, it's there. You can actually see it. Now, without anything right there, even the smallest form, I don't think anybody, especially for the Pakistani market.
Those robots were nowhere.
Still.
7 years back, when I was undergraduate, those robots were nowhere to be seen.
But we're talking about 2014 now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So unfortunately for you guys, we can't go back there, right? So the issue is that for the Pakistani market specifically,
low probability.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
apart from the universities, there's a very low market.
if he's offering the help, take his help.
So
I would.
yeah, we will definitely that.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Well, money is not a main concern. If there is some resource,
Make a prototype without the money. Ask for his help. I can't have any
make a
hard feelings.
pre-prototype or something, because like when you're asking for money from someone, like it's just an idea. It's in the air, so like we need some validation first. So.
Well, we can show you, say, our complete schematics. We have a CAD drawing in process. It's almost, say, 78% done. So the work is going on. We can show it to you. Your requirements for a blueprint, as you're saying, on the drawing board.
Yeah, as I said, like at this point in time, like making a decision, shaking a hand, I'm out for that.
Not true.
From this deal right now, okay? But the point is, what I'm trying to say, maybe like I would interact with you in next 6 months or whatever, you get to the point, and then probably we'll work out some deal. But this is not how it works in terms of the equity. I need more equity.
Okay.
What you are telling me is R&D project worth $125,000. It doesn't click to me. Like it has to work out that you are evaluating your two co-founders telling me that whatever you're working on for last 1 year is now worth $125,000. It cannot be simple.
Yeah, true.
We have our opinions.
Well, in Pakistani rupees,
it's
सवा करोड़ बनता है. So,
so it's sort of.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Okay. Okay, Ji. Next up, I would like to invite myself to present my idea. Can you please bring in the Stanley, please? So while the Stanley is coming in, can you please open up the presentation? Just folder के अंदर है.
फोल्डर के अंदर इसको ठीक है,
इसको full screen कर दो.
ठीक है.
So while it loads, and I would be, I got the collar mic for this particular reason, so that I could move around, because my presentation would be much more engaging with the local audience as well. Can you please full screen it? Thank you. इसको So I'll start. Meri Taaleem. I represent meritaleem.com. Now, with Meri Taaleem, what we, the biggest question that I would want to ask is, who here, by the show of hand, please raise hands, who here made a wrong career choice and then suffered as a result of that? Don't be shy. My hand is up too. Please. Yeah, sure. Go on. Aista log utha rahe. Please. Fair enough. So we can say at least 50% of the audience raised hands, if I'm correct, right? Okay, fair enough, 10%. But these are the facts. These are the facts that actually matter. Pakistan mein education ka jo hai, unfortunately we all know the alarming situation that we are in. Only 26% of the 100% actually make it to higher education. Now this 100% composes of the number of students who actually go through the school and the college and then reach out to the higher education. So imagine, you have a kid today and it may so happen that because of some reason he or she may not end up at college at all. Now these are some facts that we cannot deny. Due to lack of guidance and information, 500,000 plus students are suffering annually. Now this is not my number. I've quoted it from a published study conducted by UNICEF. 100,000 plus of these students appear for medical tests, but because we have limited medical colleges and universities, only 6,000 of them actually get through and get into the universities. Likewise, the ratio is much more disappointing in case of engineering. So more than 250,000 students actually appear for the engineering exams across Pakistan, and only 10,000 get admission in the HEC universities because we only have got like limited programs with limited PEC accreditations, and you cannot opt for any government job if you don't have a PEC accreditation with your program. And 150,000 plus students have no idea unhone karna kya hai life mein, which is why they listen to their parents or their elder brother, or unhone kisi ko dekha to, and that's how they choose their decision. So let's see how it can be solved. We always talk about problems. Let's discuss the problem first. What's the market pain? The market pain is the student does not have any idea when he or she is getting out of the college being FSE level, कि उसने जाना किधर है. उसको पता ही नहीं कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी कौन सा प्रोग्राम ऑफर कर रही है. Is it suitable for me or not? Is the career right or not, right? And because of that, he suffers. Then again, he faces another problem when he fills up and goes through the complicated application drafting process for every university in or outside Pakistan. So, and that of course causes a lot of frustration because you don't know when the timings are being shut down, when admissions are actually being closed in a university, when are they open, and there is no central platform for that. Likewise, on universities' end, when an application comes in, it's not like it sits on the desk and gets processed automatically. Of course, universities receive thousands of applications and they have to process it in a general admission cycle. So it causes a lot of stress and problems on their end as well. What is the need? Need is for an online, cost-effective, and time-saving admission application service across all universities and colleges in Pakistan. Career counseling is a very, very important and actually notable fact that needs to be introduced at the right level so that the students are able to make better decisions. Centralized resource for information and application for higher education. If you combine the two, that's what you get. And then, of course, according to HEC's rule, and the ordinance that they passed back in 2008, they would increase foreign enrollments in the Pakistani universities. So there is no point where a foreign student can actually find information how the hell he or she can decide to come to Pakistan. So that's, by the way, there are a lot of numerous solutions across the world which are already doing this. There are a number of examples, but the notable ones for us would be Shiksha.com, being run by Naukri.com group in India, and QCAS, which is abbreviation for China University and College Admission System. So if two of our neighbors have got this system up and running, why are we lacking? We have only got ilmkidunya.com, which if you just open it up on your laptops, mobile, or whatever, you won't find a single piece of information, I can guarantee you that. What we introduce, we claim our solution offers the best features combined together. Why? What it does is, basically, this is our tagline, Meri Taaleem Mere Haathon Mein. That's why I chose this name, Meri Taaleem. So any student can own the name, own the brand, and then get the access to information. A one-stop solution includes centralized online admission service to all universities and colleges across Pakistan, complete one-stop information for universities and their degree programs, their fee structure, their admission dates, when to apply, how to apply, what are the career prospects after this, and stuff like that. And then, of course, career counseling, education, social network, as well as a marketing platform for lesser known universities and programs so that a student can get to know about them. How it works? The process is very simple. Student comes in, finds all the information. He gets all the information that he needs at the right time, and then registers on our website. After registering, he or she goes on and fills the required information only once. You don't have to submit numerous types of forms. You just fill in the required information once. Why? Because majority of universities just require your basic information. Where do you live? What's your father's name? What's your NIC number? What are your educational records? How much marks did you secure in FSC or metric, or if you did O levels or A levels? That's all that they require. And then for the documents part, which was previously a bit, a lot of challenge. Why? Because you would have to photocopy them and then get them attested by the government officer and whatnot. Remove all the need. Upload the originals. No need of attestation whatsoever. And then hits the submit button. Then, of course, every university charges a processing fee. So you go to the bank and pay that. And then, because we are providing this service to you, we charge a very, very small fee of 250 rupees per application, which is next to nothing. Why? Because every university at the base minimum charges at least 1,000 rupees application fee. So we are introducing this concept and helping you out for just 250 rupees. All you have to do then is sit back and relax, because you will receive status information whenever the status of your application changes on SMS or email. So that's how convenient it gets for you. Now, so what we do when we get the application, we check if fee has been deposited. And if it has, we forward it to the university. Now, the colleges and universities already get a sorted list of a merit list that they generate at the end of every admission cycle. So they don't need to do anything at all. So at their end as well, the process actually gets much, much improved. They select which candidates should they issue out the entry test card or interview details to. And then, all the details are emailed. So all the student has to do at that point is print the printed slip that he got and appear for the entry test whenever and wherever the university wants him to be. And then it's between the student and the university, because we've already conveniently helped out both ends. So the benefits, of course, convenience, reliability. Now, importantly, you should know this, our 51% population is consisting of females. We do know how much this is of a problem, because I cannot take the risk of sending my sister out and then apply for admissions on her own. I would have to go. But if I have a job, or if I have a business, or if I have meritaleem.com to run, so I cannot do that. So how about if on Meri Taaleem I can provide her an interface, go sis, go on the website, apply for admissions then and there. This is why, this is because my sister is already into metric and she's looking to apply for admissions very soon. What is the goal? Higher education for all. When you don't have information, you don't want to go for higher education. If you have information, if you have a convenient way to go for it and go around it, you go on and do that. So that's our goal. Market opportunity. Now, this is from the business perspective.
10 minutes over.
You were timing it. Are they over? Okay. So I'll quickly come to the business model then. This is the business model that we're looking at. The candidates would be paying us completely for the services that they're getting. Our major revenue would be coming from the applicants applying. So per application, we are charging 250 rupees. And the growth potential is like this. Yeah.
I want to know, is that just you who's doing it? Or
No, I'm coming to the team part. Let me just quickly go to that point. These are the profits expected, by the way. And this is the investment proposal. We actually need your help, and we want to do this for Pakistan. I am coming to that part because I thought, at the end you would want to know. Are you interested in the idea? I could just skip right to it.
No, the problem is like, okay, you came up with this. Have you already talked to the universities, or
yes.
They are accepting it, or?
Yes, I'm coming to that. This is where we are at. We have already signed 10 universities and colleges in Islamabad and Lahore. We're already in talks, almost finalized talks, with 20 more renowned universities across Islamabad, Lahore, and Peshawar. and we are very soon, we're going out to Karachi as well.
Yeah,
two of them are public, and then majority of them are private.
How did you deal with the public?
Yeah, so because HEC actually gave the universities the autonomy to do whatever they want, because HEC is now just drafting the requirements.
If I have a lifeline, can I take advice from Dr. Arshad on that?
Sir, please. I think, sir, वो जो HEC का ordinance pass हुआ था, उसके बाद से universities autonomous हो चुकी हैं.
The public sector universities have always been autonomous, but what the specific question is, can you please tell me?
Because my biggest concern on this whole model, I really like it. I never heard it before, although I have spent a few days with this gentleman. But at the same time, my biggest concern is how the universities is going to accept this application. How are you going to ratify it?
Actually, that will be the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
And moreover, the universities in Pakistan, they have their own interest in keeping that processing money. So that is one of the biggest challenge. Actually, that is one of the reason there have been HEC effort to combine the admission process so that the parents have to pay the admission fee once, but the universities did not opt for that.
Accept it. Sir, coming to that point, and that very point, in fact, we are not asking the universities to let go of their money at all. We are already asking the student to pay that money. Already giving the university a remote login and a complete application management solution, so they can get all the applications coming in, they can view it, they can scrutinize it, they can export the documents, or if they need, we can write an API which links to their system.
Either way, so it's
Yeah.
a technological stuff, okay?
Yeah.
So whether it's an API or whatever, but it's going electronically, right?
Yes.
Okay, and they're accepting it
Yes.
as a clear, or I would say that it's a accepted proof of application.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And these universities has accepted it.
Yes.
Given you in writing.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what we have accomplished already. Where we are stuck at this point is, of course, finances. Just to get the interest of you guys, I already did raise some funds from Cloud9 startups, which actually led me to this point. But now I need more funds to actually enter into the cycle so that I start generating the revenue.
How much did you raise and what did you do with that money?
So I raised $10,000, and I spent it. Well, half of it was, went into the complete development of the product, and then the other half was to sign up the universities, business development, marketing, operations, and launching the website and hosting and whatnot.
How many paying customers do you have right now? Like
So the good thing is that these universities have their admission cycles coming up in June. So that's when every university will start paying us. So the more we sign up now, they all will be paying us, or the students will be paying us, sorry. The universities, for universities, we are offering this completely for free.
So right now you don't have any customers at all?
We do have signed customers who have agreed that they will be using our service to accept online admissions in the coming cycle, in the summer. And these 20 are already happening. By the way, we have not spent a single dime on marketing the portal as such. All we are doing is, because we were restricted in budgets, but we still are getting 1,000 visits daily with 88% unique visit rate.
Where are you hosting it?
We are hosting it on HostGator in the States, but we can shift it locally as well. By the way, we went to HEC.
Want to do that, or
So it's up.
environment, or
No, it's not a requirement. It's completely up to us. For example, we went to HEC and they said they have their own cloud, IPv6 cloud that they host within their central facility. And they said, if you built it right and if you have some signups, then we can give you that space for free. So
Okay,
we are
can we
already in
talk-
talks with HEC as well.
Can we talk about numbers?
Sure. Let me just come back to the investment part. So these are the funds that I'm looking to raise. $50,000. Investment period would be 9 months. Break even, it may happen within 5 months, but just to give myself a room, I've written 7 months. Why? Because this would start from March. So if I get funds today, these are the numbers that make sense for me. And first revenue would be generated within 4 months. And then to be profitable, of course, we need 2-3 months extra as the applications keep rolling in.
Sorry, I didn't understand. I thought it's all developed.
It's already developed. I need to market it. I need to get the word out.
8 million for development.
Sorry? Development, okay. So this is spread out. So half of this will be, so the development part actually also includes the hosting services. We are already hosting it on cloud, which would have a price tag of about 250,000 rupees. And then why is this number? Because we have to host a huge amount of data. Why? Because we are expecting around 100,000 applications this year, 2014 alone.
That's for the whole year?
Yeah, yeah. So
it shouldn't cost you that much anyway.
Okay, so that's might be, but other than that, the development also includes the information security implementation, protocols implementation, and because